What's up, bro? Cephases, sister Ephases, mother cluckers, whatever you want to call yourselves today. I am Carly, and this is Better with Age. And today, I am totally going to ignore the fact that it has been so many months since I've been in here. And we're talking about the church and all its glory that it thinks it has. Recently, I have been judged. I have been judged because I don't go to church every Sunday, but I talk about faith. Girly pop. Wrong argument to come to me with. Listen, I grew up in an Italian Roman Catholic church. You do not want to start this war with me. I grew up I just feel like the most fakest shit in the world. First of all, if I have $2 in my pocket and the donation basket comes around and I put those $2 in the donation basket, because it's all I had cash wise on me, and I get dirty looks because it isn't $10, and old Susie in the corner over there is wearing Louis Vuitton and I can't even pronounce that shit right, and put a $50 bill in there, and she's looking at me like, peasant. I'm sorry, why are you here? This is not Chick-fil-A. This is not Nobu. This is church, my girl. I don't rock with it. I went to CCD as a kid, which is basically Sunday school for the Italianos, and I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. I was not good at school. I'm going to preface that, okay? I'm going to start with that. I was horrible in school. So why do you think learning about God in a classroom at a desk with tests and quizzes on Sunday, the one day I don't have to do shit, is going to make me want God in my life? It's making me not want God in my life. It's making me want to say, God's not in my life. Maybe I get my Sundays back. And it was a waste of time. It was a waste of time. And all it is about money, because the people that are teaching are getting a stipend. The church gets money for hosting it, basically. And the only thing I honestly truly learned is that the church goes cheap when it comes to snacks for break time, especially the cookies. I have literally eaten sand more moist than the cookies they served. Don't ask me why I've eaten sand before. Mind your business. Anyway, so the church that I grew up with, and I've been to many Roman Catholic churches, and they're honestly all the same. It's about what you wear, who you are, where you're sitting, how much you know about the memorized shit. I mean, Roman Catholic Mass has to tell you to look at your neighbor and shake their hand and say, peace be with you. Because the people of the Roman Catholic Church, I'm not going to speak for everybody because I know a lot of them that are great people, but a lot of the people on the bad side of things don't do that on a regular basis. They're selfish. It's a status symbol. And that's what really turned me off by it, right? I feel more faith in a tree stand under a pine tree in golden hour looking out at our hill full of pine trees. They're my favorite, if you haven't noticed. Watching my kids play in the mud, watching them learn something new, sitting with my husband after a fight and we finally came to a middle ground, which doesn't happen a lot. And I say, wow, we will get through this. I feel faith more in those moments. When my son has been bitching for 4 days because he hasn't taken a crap and then he finally lets it loose, most people would say, wow, I need to go to Target for more diapers. I say, give him the good washcloth. He deserves it. This is God's work. I don't know. I've gone through too much. Now, I didn't really believe in God, I guess you could say. I think I did, but I didn't really appreciate and love faith, I guess. It was kind of just something I had to do when I was younger, but I didn't really actually start my real journey with it until my grandmother had passed away more than a few years ago. I was 21. And that's the first time I've really had to deal with like legitimate grief. I went through a lot of shit mentally. I was in college, was failing at a lot of shit, mainly college. And had no idea who I was. I was turning into 100 different me's a day, and I was just existing poorly. There was things that would happen, just little shit throughout the day, that it's coincidental the first 10, 15, maybe 20 times it happens. But after the 250th time, that's not a coincidence anymore. That's something else higher than you. If there's one cliche I will bet my life on every time, it's everything happens for a reason. I just think that I shouldn't be judged because I don't go to church every Sunday. I think it's dumb because it's not about community anymore most of the time. But I think a lot of people steer away from that. Like, I look, like, even on TikTok, even on this app, there are so many people that preach and this, and I guess in a way I'm kind of preaching or complaining or whatever you want to call it. But like, there's so many people that use it as like an aesthetic, like the church going and blah, 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 blah. You don't have to be church going to have faith or to practice faith or whatever. And as soon as you say that to some of those people that are using it as a ploy to make a fan base or money or whatever, the holy, I go to church every Sunday aesthetic, they tell you you're wrong and they try to make a fool of you. And I'm like, dude, the only person you're making look stupid is yourself. Because it is like the most blunt confession of, I don't really know what I'm doing or how to have faith or what kind of faith I have. But I'm just making it look good, whatever it is. You look stupid. And not everyone that goes to church wears a plaid skirt, even though they're cute. The seventh color, I've had enough. And honestly, if I had the faith that I have now, back when I first went to college, when I was going through my parents' divorce, my grandma's cancer, and uh, my brother's drug addiction was pretty heavy then, and a close cousin of mine passed away from an overdose. It's just a bunch of bullshit. A bunch of bullshit that nobody should have to go through at the same time. It's crazy how that stress follows you no matter where you go. I thought, oh, I'll take this lacrosse scholarship 8 hours away to a school where I've never been or never traveled to, know nothing about, yada yada, and none of this shit will follow me. I won't be depressed anymore. I won't be sad. I won't be stressed out or nothing. It gets worse. When you can't deal with it in front of you and you got to deal with it on the back burner, apart from everything, it all gets worse. Everything happens for a reason, and I'll go through everything I went through again. But I just wish it didn't take so damn long, I guess, at times, but everything happens for a reason. So, yeehaw. So, if you're judging somebody because they say they love God, but they don't go to church, do me a favor, turn around, keep walking, because you ain't welcome here.